If you want to know what a real all-inclusive resort island is like in the Maldives, keep watching. You have come to the right place. We stayed for a week in May at Meeru Island Resort and Spa. Here is my review where I talk about these topics and rate them out of 5 to help you decide if this is a resort for you. Keep watching for the pros, cons and to see our water bungalow room tour, as well as what we paid for our trip. So let's get started. Number 1, arrival. We arrived by speedboat, which took about 15 minutes to get to the island. It's not quite the same as the luxury of a seaplane, where you get great views of the turquoise ocean below, but it did the job, and although a little bumpy, a pleasant journey and well organised from getting off the plane to finding the boat. When we arrived onto the island, we were greeted with Maldivian drum music and given a welcome drink while we filled in paperwork to check in. We've arrived at Meeru. We are checking in our water villa at 2 o'clock. It's just absolutely incredible. I can already tell that we're really going to love it here. Can't wait to get settled in our room. So, what am I going to rate our arrival? 4 out of 5. Simply because we didn't have the option to experience a seaplane and we got into our room after 2 p.m. Although I felt like I couldn't really complain because I was in paradise after all. Next up, let's talk about food and drink. We had the all-inclusive plus package, which meant that we could eat at any restaurant and cafe on the island and choose the included options available. There are a great variety of different a la carte restaurants called The Reef, Asian Wok, Vilu, Amare, as well as 2 buffet-style restaurants, offering a great variety of options. A la carte restaurants are included in the cost, but you can upgrade food options and pay the extra. You have to book these restaurants in advance on the Meeru app, which was easy and always had space available. We ate at the buffet restaurants for breakfast every day and enjoyed coffee, tea with Western and Maldivian traditional options with the best view every morning. The waiters were very attentive and kind, and we got to know them by the end of the week. As I said, there are 2 buffet restaurants on the island, and the one closest to the water bungalows were adult only. One night we enjoyed a Maldivian themed night, which was a great extra touch. There are a variety of alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks which we enjoyed, but you could also pay extra for certain brands. My favourite cocktail was the Maldivian Dream, which was available at every restaurant and cafe on the island. I know this because I drank them everywhere. If you weren't full from breakfast, food was available from Amare at lunchtime, which is situated near the pool. We enjoyed snacks but also a 3-course meal. Our eyes were definitely bigger than our bellies, but you've got to make the most of an all-inclusive. I'm going to rate the food and drink 4 out of 5 because there is a great variety of options and I love being able to mix it up a little bit and try different restaurants each night. My favourite restaurant was Vilu, the Mediterranean kitchen, which offers great food and a romantic dining experience outside near the pool. I'm only knocking it down 1 point because I wouldn't say it was the best food I've ever eaten. I wouldn't let this put you off. Everything we ate we enjoyed, and the service and variety of food was excellent. Now let's move on and talk about wildlife that we saw on and around the island. Every morning we'd get up early and watch the sunrise, sit by the ocean and watch reef sharks come up so close to the shore. We would also see herons sitting on the reefs, catching their breakfast or standing majestically looking out to sea. After breakfast, we'd walk back to our water bungalow and watch the reef sharks, fish and manta ray swim beneath us. We'd snorkel in the afternoon and see 6 stingrays swimming majestically in the ocean near Meeru Coral Garden. The amount of different fish we saw swimming around the island was incredible. We had never seen so many different fish before, so this was a real highlight for us. In the evening, we walked to dinner and had to dodge the many hermit crabs which would leave trails in the sand. All this wildlife we saw was directly on or from snorkeling around the island, which for us was incredible. For this reason, I would give wildlife 5 out of 5. Meeru offers a range of activities, so you're able to take part in as many or as little as you like to suit your preference. We like to have activities booked, so took advantage of the complimentary trips available. We went out to a coral reef about 20 minutes boat ride from the island and was allowed to snorkel for around 45 minutes around a coral reef with a small group of guests. I was quite nervous about open water swimming but was made to feel very safe and given tips by the crew when in the water. We also went on a sunset cruise one evening and given a rum punch. Sometimes you can see dolphins on this trip, but unfortunately we didn't get to see any, but the trip was still very enjoyable. We paid for one trip to visit a neighbouring island called Diffusi. It was great to see a Maldivian island where people live and learn about their culture. For this, I would definitely recommend it. We were given lots of information from our tour guide about the island, and it was really interesting. There are many other trips available which can be purchased, like the Turtle Explorer, a day on a yacht, or diving. All trips can be booked on the Meeru app. If you just want to stay on the island, there are still many activities to keep you busy. Take a walk through the herb garden where they grow food which supplies the restaurants, play mini golf, visit the spa, go to the gym, and of course swim in the 2 pools. And like I said previously, snorkel around the island. You never know what you may see. For these reasons, I would definitely give the trips and activities 5 out of 5 because I think Meeru offered enough activities to keep our adventurous side happy. I was worried that we might get bored, but this was far from the truth. So I'm sure you would like to know what a water bungalow is really like. Here is our room tour to help you decide if it's right for you. After a bit of a wait, we finally got our key card, so we're now heading to our villa. Look at this. So I just want to do a quick room tour of our villa. As you come through the front door, bathroom's just through there. Then we've got a nice little storage area over here. We have the mini bar. Just here we've got loads of drinks in there, which is included in the all-inclusive plus package. And then straight through here we've got the bedroom, which is actually massive, way bigger than I thought it was going to be. And then this has got to be the best part. Look at that. Actually insane. Wow. It does actually feel quite private as well. This is our balcony from our room. We've got our sunbeds here, eating area over here. And we're sort of in the middle of, on the north side of the island. We've got part of the island here, and just over there is the buffet restaurant, so super close. Just went in the sea down here and it is very rough with a really strong current, so I think the other side is much better for snorkeling. So walking back through the bedroom, I want to show you something amazing which was included within our room. Outside was a jacuzzi. It was amazing to sit in there, especially in the evening, and take a dip down the steps straight into the ocean. So I'm going to review our room at 5 out of 5. We really didn't have nothing to complain about. We absolutely loved it. The mornings were beautiful, so were the evenings, and getting back to our room to relax was just simply incredible. So here's the bit you've been waiting for. I'm now going to talk about the price, what we paid for our 7-night stay, while I show you some scenes from around the island. We only paid for one trip during our holiday, and that was our Diffusi trip, as the other trips were complimentary. This cost us for 2 people £59.51. So for our 7-night stay at Meeru Island Resort and Spa for 2 people, we paid for flights, hotel, food and luggage £5,180. This gives a grand total of £5,239.51. So Would I stay here again? The answer is 100% yes. This money includes the flights, transfers, luggage, food, drink, all inclusive, and having the experience to stay in a water bungalow. So I would 100% do it again, and for that reason I would give Meeru 5 out of 5. We had an absolutely fantastic trip. If you have stayed or are staying in Meeru, please reach out to me in the comments. I'm happy to answer any questions or just to say hi. If this video has given you value, please follow along, as I might just be able to help you with your next trip. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.